All right. Greetings. We are playing. Well, I mean, we're not playing anything right now. Let's get the game capture on here. We are playing tabletop simulator, of course, but what we're really playing is Magic Realm. So we're playing Magic Realm tonight. Sort of a quiet night, uh, a chilled out, little drinky night. I don't need any reflexes to do this. I mean, theoretically, I need some modicum of brain power. Um, but I don't follow the game's rules that closely anyway. so so I don't need that much brain power. I am drinking. My son brought me from Canada. I was going to say Canada. From Canada, Spirit of York rye. So very tasty rye here. Little different, classy too, because it's a glass core. I mean, you can tell it's classic as a glass stopper. I mean, that is 100% class. It's spicier and less peppery, outright peppery. Oh, hey, thanks, Dan. Thank you very much. Enjoy your weird modded Minecraft, Dan. Very spicy. Has like almost a spiced rummy kind of thing going on. And less like outright peppery, which is what I usually drink as Nom Creek. I'm drinking out of my D20 glass, playing Magic Realm. So we are actually nerding it up real good tonight. So what do we got here? You can see my sort of setup. You can see the scores up in the upper right-hand corner here. I can't actually, so I have to look over and see them. So we have the Sorcerer, Woods Girl, and then two custom characters from, homemade characters from various people. The Satyr, and that is a heavy spear-wielding, gold magic casting fighter, effectively. He can do heavy damage. Heavy star damage with the spear. Main issues is he's slow. He doesn't have a lot of gold magic. He does have the ability, and he's restricted from having a horse or boots. Roll 1 9 instead of 2 for all rolls. Search meeting hide in the woods. And he has Woods Walker every day 7. He gets to walk the woods. Woods. I should put that down because that's important. It's a big deal for him. Okay. But he's custom character. The Woods Girl is your stealth ambush archer. She is awesome, one of the best characters in the game. And then the Sorcerer up here is one of the best combat casters in the game. We've taken Fiery Blast Mountain Lore, which allows him to essentially walk the woods for a single move in the mountains, from one mountain to another mountain. And then Meld into Mist is his defense. So good, but both of these are good top-notch characters. The Satyr is 50-50. I think he's fine. But I don't know that, say, the gold magic, for instance, necessarily combats his inability to do tremendous damage, largely. I think that's his big flaw. He has gold magic, which he's took mirror images, so totally a combat spell, right? If you can get it cast, and you get to roll 2 dice, and then based on those dice, so in this case it'd be 3, he would get 3 images, meaning that the first 3 hits in a fight would go to his images and not him. So it's powerful. Now you could just roll a 6. And also he got Persuade, and that is going to counteract the fact that ultimately he only has one set of friends in the game, and that's the Woodfolk. And then we have the Inquisitor. Now, I totally admit I don't like the Inquisitor at all. I think so. The Inquisitor, we pick these characters at random. Inquisitor is immune to demons, immune to curses, much like say the Pilgrim is. He rolls 1 die on read runes. He has 3 types of magic: white, black, and type 7, so charms effectively. The problem with the Inquisitor is a light fighter with a little bit of medium chits. But main problem, his magic chits are super screwy. First off, these 2 chits shouldn't even exist. They should have at least 1 asterisk. So it's a little wacky. I don't know exactly what the intent was with that. So I always treat them as though they have an asterisk. His type 8 magic is really hard for him to... I'm sorry, not type 8. His type 5 chit, the demonic magic, very hard for him to use because it's a time 8. It's not even a thing. It's so slow. So... And also his type 7 is very slow and hard to use. The 2 spells I took for him were Small Blessing, so much like the Pilgrim. And I don't love it. I think maybe... But I don't see any other good, real... I mean, that's it. Now that I'm here, I'm looking. Miracle would be great. That's a good one. It is good. So he could... Miracle up. Divine Protection's great. It gives you 1 blocked attack, but it's not, it's okay. I mean, Vision doesn't suck. No, I mean, I took Small Blessing. I'm going to stick with it. That's going to give him the ability to kill things he normally can't kill, pretty much. And he's a great fighter for it. He has a time 2 chit, so he can... This weapon flipped with a tremendous attack because of I Wish for Strength is a winner. It's just, you got to get there. So that's sort of where we're at with the characters. Here's our Inquisitor, the White Knight chit. Here's the Satyr, and the reason, because he casts gold magic, much like the elf does to him. So... The sorcerer has to find the lost city. He also has windfall, meaning that if he ends a day in a dwelling, he's going to get $5, and he has natives arrive. So he's going to burn those pretty early to get the company here at the inn, I think. And he's going to cast Melt into Mist and sort of have a standard sorcerer start with the caveat that he'll also get the company into the inn here early. So that's an easy one. And he could sit here. The only problem I have with that is that we have one of the events. We have Poison Pool, Dead Adventure, and Amazing Weather, meaning I get an extra phase every day. So it seems like a waste to sit indoors for a day. So I think what I might do is I might explore quickly. So I know that the Satyr is going to go up here because he has a quest right there. So I think the Sorcerer, as a rule here, is going to... I think he's going to hide. I think... So I think we're not going to do Windfall first. I think we're going to hide. Yeah, it sucks though, only because what I would like to do is I'd like to get... So I really would like to get the company there and have $15 just in case. Because you start with $10, which I should put on everybody's sheet here. We all start with $10. Update my scoreboards. There you go. So I suppose we could copy and paste charts for everybody. Everybody gets a chart. I'm the Oprah of game charts here at Magic Realm Table. We could peer and find clues. So, for instance, I suppose I could move into the crag. I could extra search and search. I could just move back into the inn to be really, really sure. I could alert just in case I need to cast Meld into Mist. There's my 4 phases of my extra phase right there. That gives me a chance to peer. I'm going to use Natives Arrive and get Windfall. So I'm going to do Natives and Windfall. And that's going to be his first day. And he has a decent chance to get the peer. It's not great, but he has a reasonable chance to get it. Or he can get this secret path. And so, maybe there's some benefit to doing it. The Woods Girl. So she has planted her flag here. She also has Pilgrimage, but the reason she started here with the soldiers, which she does not like, by the way, is because she is going to try to pop this thief. She is, as you see, unfriendly with the soldiers. And so her job is to hide and perform 4 searches, but really 5 searches. So she's going to extra hide. She's going to hide. Search, and that's it. So there's her 5 phases. She's going to do 4 searches, and an extra phase is hiding. And her goal is to get a 1 or a 4, and then she will burn down something valuable, like a wagon or something of the soldiers, and get a point. So she's looking to score a point on day 1, which would be awesome. The Satyr is looking to plant his flag right up here. We are going to hide. So we're going to move up into the cliff. That's our extra phase. We will hide once we're there, and then move to the flag. And then I believe 1, 2, 3, we can just do a quest phase, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 phases because we have an extra phase today done. And so he will plant his flag day 1. And the nice thing is, because there's no monsters there, before monsters have a chance to show up, he will have done a quest phase. This tile will be clear. He will complete that. So he's going to get a day 1 point. Also pretty cool for him. The Inquisitor, I think, would like to do Ghost Hunter, but I think he would also like to maybe pick up this Dead Adventure. So what we're going to do, so this is why we did Veil Walker. So what are we going to do? We are going to, oops, crap, I just ruined my camera by hitting the wrong button. Okay, hold on. Oh, hold the hell on. Let me look and see how this looks on your camera. Close. Good enough. Okay, so what we are going to do, it's a little tilty. There you go. I'm a little stilted there. So what we're going to do is we are going to use the fact that there's white magic in the chapel, and I'm going to use an extra spell X. I was try to do enchant. I can't. I'm old school. Sorry. We're going to do a spell phase. That's going to enchant the tile. And we're going to use this chit to do that. Because we have white magic and a type 1 chit. We're going to fatigue that. That'll turn the tile over to gray. There you go. And now the tile is gray. Now that we have gray magic, at the end of the day, I can use this tile to cast Veil Walker for tomorrow. So at the end, we are going to cast Veil Walker, like that. But in the meantime, we could try 3 higher phases. Try to get, so we would have to get ×1. The chance of us doing that is so low, right? So small. because we only have $10. So we're probably not going to do that. What we are going to do is we will trade a trade. And though it's not super exciting, we don't like the Lancers, so we're gonna hide though once, just in case the Lancers show here. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hide at the chapel, try to stay incognito, and then we're gonna trade our buddies here. The Order are our allies, and we don't know what they have. They could have something amazing. They could have a Grail, for crying out loud, and then we could just, well, we would never be able to afford it, but we could then try to acquire the Grail. So that's it. That's our day one. I don't think it's a bad day one. Let's copy these wonderful dice and then increase their size to a comically large. There we go. Okay, those are our hide dice. And we will copy them again, and we will paste them again. And this will become our die there. And then we need 4 chits, 1 from every player, to give us the order of operations here today. Again, large enough to see. We need to mark this as order is random and put those in. So we are ready to start day one now that everybody has a day written, and we are ready to go. So what is the monster check today? It is a 4, so we get giants and trolls. And the Woods Girl is first, followed by the Inquisitor, the Satyr, and the Sorcerer. So the Woods Girl, if I recall, she's hiding once, and then trying to get a 1 or a 4 here. Roll what's called a discovery check. So everything but a 6 is a hide, and she is hidden. Because she is hidden, if we read Thief real quick, Thief is... Oh, she's not burning anything down. I'm sorry. So while hidden, execute search phases until you get a discover result. You get a VP ticket, item from their pile, or just loot one of their treasures. These are the soldiers. They have medium armor, and so we're just going to take a treasure because I don't want any armor from them. The Woods Girl is not armored. Her thing is being able to run away from all but 2 or 3 fights in the game. So now we get 4 chances, and we have to roll a 1 or a 4. The highest die is the one that counts in Magic Realm. Looks like the highest die is a 4, so that's a steal on turn 1. So right now, she's going to score, and so what we do is we put 2 pluses, we put Thief. She scores a quote-unquote fame, which is actually just a honest-to-goodness victory point here. And there you go. And Thief has been completed. So she completed that on her second phase of the first day. She also gets a treasure from their pile. So she's going to take... I'm going to take 1 or 2. I don't know. What's lucky? Let's say she's going to take the top card. It's the Ancient Telescope. Well, not super exciting, but it is a treasure. It is her treasure, and it's worth $5. She takes that, and she gets take cover, which allows her at any time to become hidden. She doesn't need that. The rest of the searches are sort of pointless, and nothing appears because nothing appears at the house today. She is done. And she's already up on her scoreboard. You can see it up there, which I can't. Pointing to it up here. She's got a point. Done. Next character is the Inquisitor. The Inquisitor used Spell X and Spell. He's going to fatigue this and use the white magic inherent at the chapel. And all you got to do is pair up the correct type of chit with the correct color magic, which she does in this case. And we flip that bad. He does. It's a he. How do I know? The picture on the front of the card looks very he-like. Looks very Spanish Inquisition. Now there's gray magic in every tile. And it doesn't matter that this is gray. He just needs to match whites. He's going to hide, though, because if in case the Lancers show up, which they will today, strangely enough. And he does succeed, so he is hidden. And now he's going to do 2 trades with the White Knights here, with the Order. And he's going to look at these 2 treasures. We'll just flip them and keep them flipped for both characters. There's Reflecting Grease and Poultice of Health. Sort of useless a little bit. He's going to roll for the Poultice of Health. And we're going to roll 2 dice on the meeting table with our allies. And so, barely matters what we get. It's price times 4, so we could buy it for, what was it, $2 times 4, $8. We're not going to buy it. We'll roll one more time for giggles in case they want to give it to us. Nah, price times 4 again. We're done. And then we ended the day, we rolled a 4, but at the chapel, the Lancers can show. So we don't like the Lancers, actually. We find them to be uncouth natives. He doesn't like them. So fortunately, he's hidden and won't have to deal with them today because they could get into trouble and butt heads today. The Satyr is going to go 1, 2, 3. He goes right up there. Is he hidden today? He does roll hide. Remember everything but a 6. But the Satyr has the same power as the Wood Girl, which means that every non-mountain, non-valley, non-ruin clearing, non-cave, is considered a woods. In other words, all these green. But not here because it's the ruin. This one would count. All these in the woods count, of course. And so on. These don't count because they're in valleys, etc. So there's a lot of extra clearings for this guy to deal with. He rolls a single die to hide. So anything but a 6, and he is hidden. And now... he just does a quest phase, and then he's going to plant his flag, which he does. And so he's going to score a point. I'm going to put plus flag, and he has scored a point also. 1 and 1. Done. And then I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it up over here, and shrink it down a bit, because I want to remember that he gets, every week, he gets a bonus. At the end of every week, he's going to get one of the 3 things he can choose, which is $1d6, a peasant militiaman, or supplies. All those could be useful. Right now, what's useful is he gets the point. And he's going to draw another card. And that card is Gift Exchange, which means he can execute a trade phase with a friendly or ally native group, give them a treasure. So pretty much as soon as he gets a treasure, he could go to a place that night, cast Persuade, make them friendly, do a gift exchange, and score a 2nd point. So he is well on his way to scoring a couple points. Next. So we're going to take his flag, and we are going to put it, we're going to make it bigger, and we're going to put it here. I just want to make sure that I know. So this tile, as long as it remains clear, he is not in charge of the tile, but as long as it remains clear, he's going to get a bonus at the end of every week. He's done. It is now the sorcerer's turn. The sorcerer moves up into the crag. So it takes 2 moves to move up here, and so he does that. He's going to roll a search, which is going to be what's called a peer. So he rolls off of this table. He's looking for a 5, a 3, a 2, or a 1. 5, 3, 2, or 1. He gets a 5. So he does see clues. So the nice thing is he's going to know what's in there. So he gets Smoke and Vault. Now, he's going to be out of there before anything appears, but now he knows what's there. And everybody does, only because it's me. it's hard to keep a secret from me. So for myself. So he comes back in. He now alerts, and the reason I alerted was just in case something happens. So what I do when I alerted shit is I turn it askew. That means its time is effectively 0, but it will fatigue at the end of the day. And then does he do anything else? I don't think he does anything else. I think he just did that to... He is going to invoke Natives Arrive to call the company to his space, and he does. The company is now there. He then also uses Windfall at the end of the day to score 5 extra bucks. And so instead of 10 bucks, he ends up with 15. He burns 2 of these cards. And he's going to flip 2 more cards, and we're going to write those down here in a second. Eye is a black source, which is useless for the sorcerer, by the way. And Weapon Master is not super jazzed. I'm not super jazzed for any of those either. I mean, having said that, two of those fight chits are good for him. The fight L2 chit is not bad for him at all. And the fight M3 chit, strangely enough, is really neat. Now, Snot doesn't do him much good now unless he's carrying a weapon around, but with a fight M3, you could carry around quite a few weapons and be reasonably dangerous with them, doing M-star damage. Right now the best he can do is L-star damage. So he could do M-star damage with this fight M3, or he could do L-star damage at a time of 2, which actually is really helpful for a lot of things. So, man, I mean, you have to pay $5, so it sort of sucks to get the lesson. If it was Spellmaster, we would definitely do it. But Weapon Master is sort of a 50-50. The chits would be fine for him, but I don't actually know that they do a ton for him overall. So what I'll do is, so I think that's the end of our day, right? So we come on back. So what we have to do for the sorcerer, he is not hidden and he's in a clearing with neutrals. He should roll on the meeting chart here, and he's looking to not get trouble effectively, and he doesn't. He gets no deal. So the rogues leave him alone. The company are his buddies, and so he doesn't have to roll. And everyone else is hidden or not with natives. So that is the end of day 1. Before day 2 starts, we're going to Weapon Master. He's going to roll to see where this Weapon Master is that he has learned of. 4-4, Cliff 4. So that is really damn promising because that's right there. So I think he keeps that card tonight, and he's going to use the black source today. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, so I won't forget, I'm going to burn it and then pull a card like that and keep it flipped over for now. But let's put the Weapon Master. Let's put that Weapon Master up and ready for him to use there. So he's going to actually keep that, hopefully to score the VP here. So what's he going to do on day 2? So on day 2, I think what I want to do, so hiring the company, not super cheap. You have to pay 2 plus 4 plus 2, like, right? You have to pay all their gold fees. I think it's like 12. I think it's $12 total, if I recall correctly. Because there's a few of these guys. So we're not going to hire them because everything's a multiplier, if you notice. So even at the best roll, he would pay twice that. Oh, so the end of the day, by the way, he's going to cast Meld into Mist. So this chit goes away. It is used pretty much forever. This chit flips Fatigue, and he is melted. So we just need to understand and remember the sorcerer can, at any time, burn a purple, and disappear. Super useful, by the way. It largely makes you as good as the Woods Girl in terms of being able to run, and better, because you can run from everything as long as you have purple, and he has lots of purple. In addition, when you are melted into mist, you can use paths and passages without learning them. So, all these secret paths, he can just go 1, 2, 3, 4 and use that, and done. And that is super powerful, because then he could easily get to his weapon master. So it's a nice card for him right now, and a nice thing for him to do right now. But what we're going to do, first thing is first. I think we are going to trade with our buddies. So the company's here. We trade with them, see what they have. Maybe they have something really cool. Maybe not. Then we are indeed going to move and move into the cliff, and then move to, because it costs us 2, to cliff 6. And we will be melted. So we're going to melt. Because we can burn the purple any phase we want to turn into. So we get an extra trade phase. Extra phase of trade. See what they have. Maybe they have nothing good, but it doesn't matter. We've at least seen it. Then we'll burn the rest of our 4 phases and get up the cliff to see the weapon master. Not quite, but we'll get close. The Woods Girl. The Woods Girl is going to try to get on her pilgrimage here. We got to see what is. She has take cover. That's great. I mean, the main problem with take cover is simply it's no points. There's no points involved. It is simply it. But she doesn't have to hide anymore, really, if she doesn't want to. She could not hide because she has the ability to go into hiding at any moment. So I think what she's going to do, she has to plant flag here. That's rough. 1, 2. So she has to find her way around to here, which means she has to go to Borderland 2, which means she ultimately has to get to Borderland 4. So she's going to head 1, 2, 3, and 4. She's going to head to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and hell, she'll actually go to 5. So she'll go to Deep Woods 6. That's her goal. So she's going to move 5 times to Deep Woods 6. So she's making a beeline for the Deep Woods. And what she's going to do in the meantime is, if she needs to, she's going to burn her hide. Burn her take cover. Done. So we got number 1. We got the first 2 characters are ready to go here. We've got our buddy now, the satyr, who has to explore the cliffs. So he's already done, if we take a look, he's already done cliffs. What are those bottom 4, whatchamacalls? 2, 3, and 5. So we'll write them up here, actually. So he's done 2, 3, and 5. So he still needs 1, 4, and 6. So the upper cliff. So he's done these 3. So now he needs to go back to 3. So he's going to move to 3. He is going to, we'll hide once just because. We will move to 3. And then we could search 3 times and hope for the best. So I think that's what we're going to do. And then finally, the Inquisitor. So we have to cast Veil Walker tonight, the end of night 1. We do. So technically this chick goes here, but it will burn. So we can Veil Walk today. So we are going to Veil Walk today. So that means we go to 4. And then Deep Woods 5. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are going to hide. So in Magic Realm, you cast the spells the night before. They last the next day, typically, is sort of how that mostly rolls. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to hide. So we're going to move, 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 and move. 1, 2, 3, 4. End up in Deep Woods 2. And we're going to use our extra phase to have hidden. Done. That's it. That's our 4 characters. That's day 2 written. That's the plan. So you have to plan your moves ahead first. And then you see what the monsters are going to be after that. They're going to be 2 serpents and demons. That's it. And then you see the order of play is the Woods Girl, Inquisitor, Sorcerer, Satyr, done. So the Woods Girl moving to Deep Woods 6. And she does, because she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She just goes right there. It is Ruins and Slither 6. So she is going to draw Badness. Because Slither are these guys. So let's put them here and her there. And now she has to make a choice because she could either burn her card, and she can do that. She can burn her card. Or she can back out this evening for combat and just get out of Dodge. That I don't know. I don't know what's better. I would like to have that card for longer because I would like to use it in the caves in the Borderlands because that is a more dangerous time for, say, the Woods Girl is to end up, having to traverse these caves. On the other hand, if we burn it now, we can stay in this clearing. Hey, what's up, Scott? How are you, man? How's it going? So, yeah, she could stay here using the take cover, immediately take cover, and then tomorrow end up in the Borderland. Now, the thing about the Woods Girl is because of her time to move chit, she can flee from everything on the board but for really 2 things. And those things appear, the statue appears in, I think, clearing 2, and the pool appears in clearing 6. Those are the 2 things she actually has to worry about. Now, what I don't want to happen, though, is for her to end up having to, be chased around the board all day. That would sort of stink for her. Eye appointment today. Well, at least you still have them. They're still as bad as ever, I assume. And, magically corrected. So, so I don't know. She effectively almost gains a day by staying here. So I'm going to do it. So I'm going to burn the take cover right now. She flips over to hidden instantly and does not have to worry about the snakes, but she does lose the card. And I'll draw a card just to remember that I did that, and done. So she is done for the time being for her day. The Inquisitor uses Veil Walker, which he cast yesterday, and he goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I believe he is hidden, right? He does hide. So he does roll 2 dice. And this is important because now the snakes are going to go kill him if not. And that sucks a little bit. I probably should have cast whatchamacall, a Small Blessing. But I didn't because I was not clever. But I'm returning to the chapel here. So what happens is these snakes charge onto him. But he is also hidden, so he's not impacted as of yet either. We are now at the sorcerer. So the sorcerer is going to trade once with his buddies, the company. So we're going to take these wonderful items here, and I'm going to look at the cards. Ointment of Steel, and Draught of Speed. Draft of Speed. You know, neither of them are really worth it. I'm going to roll on the Ointment of Steel. The nice thing about the Ointment of Steel, it's armor at least. So he's friendly. It's ×4 the price. He could get $4. He could get $16. No, that's not even a thing. He will use his black magic sword so he can flip this, and he is Ghost Hunter now. And now it's a little bit of a race against time between him and the Inquisitor, because he wants to kill the ghost also. And he is going to then burn purple. So he burns a purple chit. That means he is melted into mist. And now he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. And he flips these. We get Bones and the Lost Castle. Lost Castle's in 1. Bones is going to draw Bats and Trolls, but that's not today. Today is Serpents and Demons. But the Lost Castle is going to be a little bit dicey because we get 5 more chips that are going to now flip. Let's do that and see how bad it is for our 2 guys here. We have Patter 5. Keep in mind, today is Serpents and Demons. So triangles, green triangles. In the Lucky Charms of Death, green triangles are what we don't want to see. So Flutter is Bats, Patter is Spiders, Statue, which we just talked about, is one of the things that will catch, say, the Woods Girl. But that's an imp, not today. The Horde in 6. Interesting. For the Inquisitor, too, because he has to find the Horde. And the Lair in 3. Holy crap, this is Dragon Central. It is also Cash Register Central. It is so much good shit here if you can avoid rolling a 1 on the monster roll. Because if you roll a 1, every dragon in town is going to show up and try to eat you. I mean, so that's sort of where we're at. So, but today is Serpents and Demons, and I don't see any of those on the board, so done. Interesting. And now it's the Satyr's turn. The Satyr has... he's got to explore the cliff, so he moves here. I think he tries to hide, right? He does try to hide, so he's going to roll to hide. He rolls 1 die in the quote-unquote woods. He does. He is hidden. And now he searches 3 times, and he does indeed get to do that with a single die. And he wants a 1 or a... 3, 2, or 1 to get this path. But he's rolling. Hold on. Time out. So he's rolling on the locate table. Trying to get passages and clues and choice, but he finds 4 instead and gets discovered chits, which means he discovers the lair absolutely by accident on his first roll. So the Satyr discovers the lair. The lair has 7 treasures in it. And, I mean, he could continue to locate, or he could start looting this thing. I think you know what I'm going to do. We're going to loot twice. We get 2 free loots of the lair. We sort of just walked in on it. I'm in. So we're going to roll this die, and this is going to tell us which of the cards in the deck we pick. He gets the 4th card in that pile. So we number pad 4, Map of the Lost Castle. I mean, that's great, but sucks all at the same time. We're going to put it there. And now he's going to roll 1 more time to loot. -1 to locate, not this. Oh, he gets the top card. Well, that's cool. What is the top card? It is the Glowing Gem. It is 1 type 7 spell, which we actually... I mean, technically, we can use this chit. We can still awaken that spell and cast it with this. So it might behoove us to use it, but it's also $17, which is not chump change. So something to consider there. But that's it. That's our day. We did not find the passage that we wanted to, but we did find the lair. So I think that's it. I don't think there's any combats unless the Inquisitor wants to fight, which he does not, by the way. But this is a problem. So the Inquisitor cannot walk out of there into... He cannot walk out into the mountains because since this takes 2 moves, he will have to spend 1 move here. And as soon as he spends 1 move there, he's going to be blocked by serpents. So that is an issue. He cannot run from the serpents. They are a little too fast for him to run from. And so, unfortunately, he has been stymied by these monsters which have shown up. And so I think the question is, what does he do? How does he work this? And the answer is, I don't know. I'm not sure yet. He could hide and hope for the best, but if he fails, he is probably going to be dead meat. The only other way for him to act is to go like around effectively. That is super clunky, by the way. That's a long trip around to get to the backside of the high pass. I was hoping to pop the Dead Adventure, grab him, go down here, hit the ghosts. Maybe this is, by the way, a campfire, which means it's a dwelling. So I would pop the Dead Adventure and get a point here and a point here. So 2 points is what I was hoping for. I don't know what I'm going to do with the Inquisitor right now. But it's not that time. The time is, it's Sorcerer time, actually. So what is the Sorcerer going to do? So let's take a quick look. So the first thing is the Sorcerer has Ghost Hunter. It's actually not a bad walk to there. That is true. The Sorcerer also has Weapon Master, which is also a very good haul right there. So he can... Now, we are starting to run low on purple. So that is a thing. So we can move to the Weapon Master. So we're going to move to the Master. I think we have to do a quest phase, right? Yeah, we have to do a quest phase. So we're going to do our extra phase today is a quest phase. So done. We have to pay $5 to get the thing, so we will score Weapon Master, theoretically. Now, I mean, we should let's not tempt Magic Realm to dig with us. let's not do that. So we're gonna do our quest phase, spend the $5. That's what we're gonna do. What are we gonna do for the last 2 phases? We are going to we really should. I'm not. Excuse me. I am not going to move. I tell you what, I was going to move back into the Horde, but I tell you what, I'm not going to do that. And the reason why is because if dragons do pop up and I'm here, I do not have to instantaneously burn a purple chit. But if I'm here, I do. So what I'm going to do instead is I am going to rest 2 times. Yes. Yes, I'm going to rest 2 times. Done. Get both these chips back in play. Done. And that is it for him. The Woods Girl is... Oh, she has a quest to pop. She pops it. It is Troll Slayer. Not the easiest thing that she could do, but also, I mean, not the absolute hardest either. So sort of, sort of an in the middle. And now she's free to go 1-2 into Borderlands 4. And I think that's what she's going to do. But she gets an extra daylight phase today. So she's going to go 1 hide and 2. So extra hide, move, and move into the borderlands. And she is done. For 3, our satyr. So, I mean, our options are to loot or, again, try to find this path here. Really. I do like the cliff here, the cliff, Explore Cliff. It's 2 VP. So it is an awesome amount of VP. But having any treasure at all, including the sexy map of Lost Castle, is going to allow him to do gift exchange. And because he has Persuade, anyone can be friendly. So not a bad deal for him either. Man, I mean, he could score 3. He has 3 points sitting in the bag here. So the question is, how much greed are we feeling? How much greed? On a scale of 1 to dwarf, how much greed are we feeling today? I'm going to hide. And I'm going to search 4 times. I'm going to try to locate to find that passage, but I am going to search. And if I do find it early, I'm going to loot. So we will have a priority, but we will absolutely try. And now we are on to the guy, which I'm actually a little bummed about here, which is our guy. So we could go 1 hide, 3 to the serpents, and then 4, 5 up. With the caveat that, again, if we fail a single hide, we're stuck here, and we would be anyway. We could go here and just sort of kill some time. We could. I don't even think we can. Could we even kill these guys? We do have an M, which we would. No, it's still not going to do us any good. Best we can do is M star damage. These are heavy armored creatures, so we can't quite get there. So even if we fight them, we can't kill them. So if we started here the next day, we could hide twice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and get there. So we could get past them with a 90% probability. This is a 70% probability to just hide and then get out of dodge. I don't think it's worth death. I don't think we're at the point where, and don't get me wrong, that'd be a great way to get Survivor. But I think these guys would kill me. His vulnerability is light. So they would 1 bite and he dies in all cases. So I'm not a giant fan at all. I think what we are going to have to do going to have to back out. It's just a question of how do we continue with our goals. So our goals are Ghost Hunter, survival, locate the horde, which we know where it is. It's here. So he needs to get to effectively here-ish, right, to do the deed. So it looks a lot like he is going to either back off and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish, right? Or he's going to back off and bop up to here to the high pass. So I think we move to Pinewoods 5, maybe hide and then go to the high pass. Not the best move in the world, but it at least gives us something to go on. So it's day 3. Let's check our monster roll for the third day. 1 dragons. Ugh, so all you schmucks who are sitting here looting the shit out of the lair, you're screwed a little bit, pal. So I hope we have a hide phase at least, and we do. So, okay, what do we got going on here? Satyr is first, so that's going to really determine a lot of crap here. And so he does roll a single die on hides here, so he wants not a 6. This is a Blood Bowl roll here. He does get not a 6, so he is hidden. He is going to search 4 times, so locates first. This is at a -1. 6, so that's a 5, no deal. -1 is a 1, so he gets his choice, so he's going to take that passage. So that's his second search phase here, and he has found Cliff 3 to 6 green, and he is good. He gets 2 more of these, and now he's going to loot twice. These are not -1s. He gets the third card in the lair. Ointment of Bite. Your weapon hits even when the time is tied. That's not great. He gets 1 more loot phase before he gets beset upon by dragons, and it's the top card. So good for him. And he gets the Golden Crown, Intercept Smash. That is nice. So not only can he carry this, and it works, but it is also a great treasure. So we're going to give him a great treasure. That's a T, so we give him that right there. And we will rescore here at the end of the day. So that is his day, though. Now all the dragons show up. So we have Flutter shows up here. The lair shows up here. The problem with these guys for the Satyr is he cannot kill them. There's no killing that guy. And the Horde pops our tremendous flying dragon, which is also sort of dangerous, and he is there. And he is done, but he's hidden, so he's good right now. The Inquisitor goes, and so the Inquisitor goes there. The Inquisitor is going to roll 2 dice, make the attempt to hide. He does, it seems, and he waltzes into the high pass, which is Smoke C and Slither 3. Oof, that is a rough haul also. Smoke C is going to draw the dragon, and Slither is going to draw the other dragon. So in one fell swoop, every dragon has come out on the board today. So fortunately, we are hidden. Yep, Smoke and then Slither. Fortunately, we are hidden. He could run from those dragons, though, if he needed to. So not a huge deal. What it does do is block the damn cave passage. Like, he is now stuck. He can't walk here unless he hides. Walking back is dangerous. Pretty much everything he does is dangerous now. So, well, okay, that's his day. Done. Next is the Woods Girl. Where is the Woods Girl heading today? She is heading into the Borderlands. So she goes 1, 2 into the Borderlands. She does get an extra hide, which she'll do here. So she'll roll a single die. She succeeds, so she is hidden. But we know nothing's going to happen. So it's Goblins and the Lost City in 3. Wow. So we've got both these bad boys out super early. This one had 3 treasure sites. How many treasure sites does the Lost City have? The Cairn in 5. So spiders. The Pool in 6. Super dangerous. Howl in 4. Goblins. Potentially bats, but goblins. Patter, more goblins. And the altar in 1. So Man, 6 treasure locations have just popped right next to each other. Done. We got 6 treasure locations. 7 are out already. So you know that if you haven't seen it yet on this board, that it's probably not where you're going. Right? There's 1 more left out of 8. There's only 8 treasure locations. 3 of them are here. 3 of them are here. 1 of them is here. That leaves only 1 more to be out in one of these other tiles. So the treasure is right in already where we've seen. So that's interesting on one hand because it means that the adventurers know where to go. On the other hand, it really disincentivizes, say, going to the cavern. Why would you ever go there? It's in the middle of nowhere, and there's likely no treasure there. Same thing with the ledge. Why would you go to the ledge? It's in the middle of nowhere, and there's not anything potentially there. So here's the thing. There's no dragons appearing, and so we are done with the Woods Girl. The Sorcerer goes next, and he is... Oh, the Sorcerer is gonna be blocked here, buddy. The Sorcerer is going to be blocked. So I think what the Sorcerer is going to do, because he knows the role, he knows the dragons are there, he knows what he knows, right? He knows what's going to happen. And he knows that if he tries to move into this thing, he's going to be blocked on the first turn with these dragons. So what he is going to do is he is going to burn a chit and melt into mist first thing. And that's going to at least get him to here, because he cannot be blocked if he's melted into mist. Now the problem is he cannot do anything else now that he is blocked. Melt into mist explicitly states you can only move or hide or follow. He can't be attacked, he can't be targeted, but he can only move, hide, or follow. That's going to suck, because what's going to happen though is everybody's going to come to him. And then they can't block him. They can't fight him because he's melted. He also can't complete his widget here. He can't do his thing right now because he's melted into mist. So that is his day. That is his turn. And he is done. That sucks. And now he's down to 1 out of 4 of his starting purples here. So I'm not loving where he's ended up. Does anyone have a fight? The Inquisitor has a fight. Now, the Inquisitor is going to run from his fight, even though he is hidden, so that he gets the benefit of having 5 moves instead of just the 2. So he can go 1, hide, 3, hide, 4. He cannot do that. He can't move and hide twice. So that's going to suck a little bit for him still. But it is pretty much all he can do. And the Satyr is just glad that the Sorcerer decided to call all the dragons off of him, actually. So interesting. Sucks a lot, by the way, but it is an interesting day. Because no one can deal with this particular spot right now. Like, no one. Plus, this guy's not going to get his bonus at the end of the week anymore because these guys are all in here. Yeah, this sucks a lot. For all of our characters, this sucks. So, it's interesting at least, and it's day 4. So let's see what day 4 holds for our guys. So, yeesh. Okay. I think what we are going to do is, because of the situation we've sort of put ourselves in, and the fact that we are running out of magic, I still think we can get Weapon Master because we can do a thing where we hide a couple times, get in there, do the quest phase, and be done. Ideally, what I'd like to do is hide. So it's 2 moves, unfortunately, in quest. That is rough, but it is doable. And then he does really want to get into that ghost huntery thing, and he does want to. The Lost City's here, so he knows where it is. So again, he could find that. So he has tons of points on the damn board. We just need to get to those points, and that's really becoming hard. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to back off into the Oak Woods, maybe. So if we move into Oak Woods 4, and we rest, say, 2 times, as a for instance, we get an extra spell phase a day. We can take a second extra spell phase because of the daylight. So that would be 2 extra phases. And we still get a 3rd phase. So we could rest. 1, 2, 3. We could. And we could do either way. You could either rest again, bring all 3 chips back and convert. Unfortunately, only one of them, which sort of sucks. Because this is a spell X. It doesn't do anything. So let's do this. So we'll rest 2 and we'll convert 2. So we'll have back to 3 purples. Done. That's what he's going to do. The Woods Girl is still trying to get to her pilgrimage and her flag, possibly. She is also struck by the richness of the treasures here. 1, 2, and I'm going to... Ooh, geez. Okay, so the only problem... I'm laying down. Whew, this game's exhausting me already. So the only issue... So what I would do is I'd go 1, 2, 3. Typically, that's what I would do with her. Because... But you never want to do that and end up in a 6 or a 2 as the Woods Girl, because those are the only clearings you can be burned on. And the problem is, both of those clearings are here. If we get Patter, it's fine, because this is the statue. So you know what? We are going to do that. So we're going to go move. So we're going to go to Borderland 2. So move, extra move, and move to BL2. Done. So she's booking it as fast as she possibly can. So our buddy here is looking at a really, really, really hard... So exploring the cliff is super awesome because of 2 things. First thing is, because the explorers often take forever and force you to do a lot of things you wouldn't normally do. Now, Explore the Cliffs is actually one of the less onerous ones. Like Explore the Borderland, Explore the Crags. Those are real, they suck. Explore the Cliffs only sort of vaguely sucks a little, and the reward is great. You score 2 points. And you gain climbing tools each day. Your first move phase into a mountain cost 1, not 2. Which means that certain things become super possible, would be ending your day here hidden. You can walk out because you climbing tools allows this move to be a 1-phase move and not a 2-phase move. That's the danger in the mountains, is you cannot walk your way out of a clearing with monsters. You've got to hide your way out of a clearing with monsters if you're going into a mountain. So as a for instance, if he went 1, 2, 3, 4, if he ends his quest here, that is a better deal than, say, going here first. So it's something to think about. And when I did say I would score the day, I will score in a second, because we do actually have some scores to actually update, and I'll get to that in a minute. On the other hand, the layer is empty. There's still 3 treasures, and we are going to get, potentially, some of those treasures. And we also have gift exchange. So all that's good. Like we are all in for all of that. And the funny thing with gift exchange, of course, is that you're going to look at the treasure, and then you're going to give them a crappy thing and get a good thing. Ideally, that would be the goal. So, what do we do for him? What does our day 4 look like for the satyr? Do we just loot and hope for the best? Do we start making our way up into the cliff to sort of try to finish this quest? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is that maybe we want to finish this on day 7. Because day 7, he can walk the woods, which is super powerful. So, for instance, if he on day 6 ended here, then on day 7, he could hide, do a double move, and then walk out of dodge there. And so, that is intriguing. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to extra hide and maybe hide again and search 3 times, because we can get 1 or 2 treasures out of there again, and maybe that's magic, and we get that done, right? That's cool. If worse comes to worse, well, we can get out of dodge. And then the goal would be on day 6 to end our day here in the Lost Castle, so that we can walk the woods on day 7 and get out that way. I don't know if that's a great way to do it. It is at least a good way to do it. And then keep in mind that the satyr is a heavy fighter that can also enchant. So he could enchant this tile, make this 4 to 5 a thing, right? Because if we flip the tile, 4 to 5 becomes a thing. This gate flips here. And so he could enchant that tile once he got out, and then work his way to the guard, which he can cast Persuade on and be friendly to, and so on and so forth. So I think his goal is going to search. He's going to loot, probably, and done. The Inquisitor has his 4+ moves. He's got to move to 5 first, so that's what he's going to do. Move to 5. That's his first move. And he's had the crappiest time so far. By far the crappiest. So, what is that? What is he going to do? He moves here, 1. He needs to hide at least once. So that's 2. What you don't want to end up here, even if you're hidden, because if you're hidden, the dragons appear here, and the only thing we can do is end up in a little perma run between these 2 clearings. So he needs to be very careful if he still wants to make it through the high pass. The high pass is mostly blocked off to him at the moment. He might have to take the long way around, but if he takes the long way around, he's got to realize that those ghosts might be long dead by the time he does. So if I go here, that's 1. If I hide twice, that's 2 and 3. And then I could go 4 or 5 and go to the deep woods and get out of dodge there and try to go around the long way. I think that's the prudent thing to do. So we're going to move 5. We're going to extra hide and hide again. and then move and move to Deep Woods 3. I'm not super proud of that move, but I think we have to do that. So on day 4, what's the monster roll today? 5 spiders and imps. So, all right, we got a lot of different monster rolls, and there you go. So, who is going to suffer the depredations of the magic realm first? The Inquisitor. So the Inquisitor moves to here. He hides 2 times. He fails the first one, which sucks. So there is a 10% chance you fail 2 hides in a row. He succeeds the second one and then ends up here. Nothing appears. He is done. The Woods Girl goes 1, 2, and 3. That might suck. We'll see in a second. What it's going to do is so she's not even hidden. So Pattern M would draw a spider, but that's not the case. Stink M, Dank M. What does draw is the giant spider, the tremendous spider in the Kaer. So Shelob appears. And there you go. And done. The Sorcerer is going to go. And the Sorcerer, I believe, goes to the Oak Wood. So he's going to get out of dodge. So he goes here. He rests 2 times. So we're going to pull back these 2 chits. And then he's going to enchant to get those chits back to there. And let's see what's here in the Oak Woods. It is the small campfire in 5. Good to know. Sorcerer is done. Our guy. Well, what's our guy doing? He's hiding twice. Again, there's a 10-ish% chance of failing this. He succeeds, so he's hidden. And now he's going to search 3 times, or loot 3 more times, probably. So let's loot 3 more times. He's looking for a low number. He gets a 4. That's a fail because he needs a 1, 2, or 3. So that's 1. 2 loots is a fail. I think he has 1 more recorded. He gets the second treasure, and he gets the Gloves of Strength. Now, I will say, this is actually fairly useful for our guy for a couple reasons. First off, as it says, it allows us to open the Crypt in the Vault. Secondly, if we could get our hands on a heavy weapon, we can now use it to do tremendous damage, which we could not before. So that is a big deal, because that is going to allow us to kill all these dragons that we normally could not kill. And we can't kill them with the spear, because tremendous... This does not help the spear. The spear is still a medium weapon. We need to find someone to buy, like the Order, to buy like a Morning Star off of, or a Great Sword off of. Does anything appear? Patter 5 is going to draw, and the statue draws. So we're going to get 2. Oops, we're going to get 2 monsters out of this. The spider there. And the imp. Fiendish little imp there. So, man, the universe is getting real dangerous for our buds here. That can go away. We don't need it anymore since we know where the campfire is. And done. Let's rescore real quick. And the reason we're rescoring is, so because the Sorcerer has the most gold and his gold is more than 10, he actually scores points for that. So he gets 2 points technically. So we are playing off of not the solo rules, but the normal rules, which are first place in a category gets 2, second place gets 1, third and fourth gets 0. Because the Sorcerer is winning gold and he has more than his starting total, he gets 2 points. That technically puts him in the lead. But the simple fact is that those points are fleeting right now. So it's not super useful for him. The Woods Girl, I don't think she has anything to show. Her treasure is crappy. Our buddy, the satyr, though, has a great treasure. And so because he has a single great treasure, he is going to score 2 points also because he has the most, and he gets the full 2 points. The Inquisitor has none. So that's our score. Our score is 3 to 2 to 1 to 0, as you can see up in the upper right-hand corner. Okay. And it is day 5, and things are really sort of heating up here in a very, very uncomfortable way for our characters. Now, we can do H-star damage, which will kill a tremendous spider. We can do tremendous damage. We can't do tremendous to armored. That is the problem here. These guys here are armored, and tremendous, not these guys, these are heavy. So we could kill him. We could kill him. Now, the problem is we're not very fast. It is a long weapon, but we are not fast at all. So creatures like the tremendous spider here are harder to hit. The imp is super hard to hit. Even these small dragons here, these heavy dragons, are very hard to hit for the big, old, clumsy satyr. So, not great. I don't love his combat prospects in most cases of the things he's supposed that he fights. So, I would still love to end day 6 in clearing 1. But it's not his turn. It is the sorcerer's turn to write his move. So what is the plan of the sorcerer? The sorcerer has to he has to find the cache in the lost city. He still has his weapon master to talk to, potentially. He still wants to get Ghost Hunter done. So all of those things are potential sort of moves for him. So there's 2 possible routes. There's 3. Well, there's a couple things. First thing is he can try to get through this dragon stack to get to his weapon master. I mean, or you could just say, well, the weapon master is a lost cause. I think he can score that point. I'm sorry. I always forget that there's a blacked out spot at the bottom here. I think he can get to... I think he can get up there. I think he can do this. He would hide twice maybe and then move up there twice and then do the quest phase. And that would be a total of 5 phases. And if he needs to, he would then meld into mist to get out of dodge. Then he would probably back off, enchant this tile, wing this around to here so he can get the cache for the lost city. And then he either walks through for the Ghost Hunter or he just sort of waits because it's not a huge deal to get that right away. I hate to lose access to the inn because the company are my buddies, but I mean, you might be losing access to the inn for now. He likes the Bashkars and the Lancers. He hates the Guard. He hates the Order. Well, he doesn't hate the Order. He doesn't like the Order soldiers or the Warlock. There's a lot of folks, that he would love to avoid or destroy. I think our first thing is let's try to get up through here and finish this. So our move is to extra hide again, and then move up into the weapon master. That's 3 moves. Then he'll do his quest phase, and that is how he will score the weapon master. Done. He's got to pay $5. That sucks. It's going to lose his gold points, strangely enough. But again, those gold points are really fleeting, so I think we're good. That's his move. Our Woods Girl still trying to score over here. Pilgrimage, Plan Flag, or Troll Slayer, and she is here. So she has made it to where she needs to go for the most part, which is nice. So she can literally go 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know what her relationship is with all of those characters. She is neutral to everybody there. So not at all an issue. So she can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then hide effectively for 5. And then tomorrow, go in and plant her flag. Knowing that the pull and the statue are both out, so nothing can stop her. She can just run away if she needs to. So I think that's what she's going to do. She's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, hide in Evil Valley. Done. So she's going to extra move and then move into the chapel, and she is... she did hide, right? So there's one hide in there somewhere. Yeah, so she's going to do that. Done. And in fact, depending on where she starts her day, she should hide there. She should hide right where she is. So we're not even going to, we're not going to do that. We're going to do, first move's going to be a hide because she's in the woods now. So there you go, down to the chapel. So she is done. The satyr here is quickly seeing his prospects sort of close in on him. And so I think what we're going to do is... And what do we have? We have gift exchange, explore the cliff, quiet night. The vault is in 3, so you could go loot the vault also. You could... what is the day today? The day is day 5. We are writing day 5. So if we're going to do... Day 5, huh? And we do truly want to be there day 6. Because that's going to then let us walk the woods on day 7. Don't have anything to kill. Like, there's no kill things that we have to actually do. I don't like going up there yet, strangely enough. Like, I think it's too early to go up there. The problem is you're not getting your plant flag anymore. You're sort of stuck with what you got, I think, a little bit. So that sucks. And you can't super leave dodge because it's going to take 4 moves to get here. So you have to sort of be here. So there's not a ton that we can do as it stands. What I think we're going to do is we're going to hide and hide again, and we're going to search 3 times. And this is lame, but I think we need to be in this clearing on day 5 so that we can get to this clearing on day 6 so that we can get our cliff explored all but for a single tile, a single clearing. and then walk the woods to that clearing, and then go to the oak woods and move on from there. I think that's the plan. And it's not a bad plan, actually. It's going to give us one more day to search the lair. We should be hidden. And hopefully that's all going to work out. The Inquisitor, on his day 5, is going to... more. So, I think I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And I am going to hide. So we're going to extra hide, and then move, and move into the mountains. We might as well see what's in there. Done. With the caveat that we sort of know it's not that great, right? Then I think we're going to have to back out, probably recast Veilwalker and go this route, the same route, and go this way. So, okay, that's it. That's our day. Let's roll. Let's roll the die here and see what other monsters can be dragged onto the board. Serpents and demons. That seems ominous for some reason. Sorcerer is first. And he is going to hide 2 times, this sorcerer. We need to succeed or else we cannot score the Weapon Master. We do succeed. We go up here. We're going to do our quest phase. We're going to spend $5. -5. That's going to bring us to $10. We should mark that. And then worse, that's going to drop our gold points down. So that sort of sucks a little bit. But we do score a point from the card. And we do get to pick a chit. We do get to pick a fight chit. And so the question is, I don't foresee us picking up a better weapon, frankly. It's just not in the cards, right? I do perceive value in having a fight L2 chit. That's pretty valuable. Does anyone have a fight L2 chit in the game? Great question, sir. Does the druid have a fight L2? He does, but 2 asterisks. Well, I'll be. Does anyone have a fight L2 with, say, a single asterisk? Does the elf have a fight L2 with a single asterisk? Nope. I'm not sure anybody does. That is a unique chit that we just described there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to cover the badness a little bit here. So I'm going to do that with this, and I'm going to shrink it down. Like that. There you go. That works. Pull the chain up, create the new chit. Done. And that's what the sorcerer gets for having completed the Weapon Master quest. So we're going to mark it down. He got Weapon Master. Done. Just like that. So he scores a point. He gets a fight chit, which he took. And he is done. And he draws a quest card, which is going to be the Archaeological Dig. So, Weapon Master to the Dig. He does need to roll a location in the ruins, which we'll do right now just to make it easy for us, too. So, it's Ruins 2. Okay. Put R2 there. Oops, we just deleted something. Done. Okay. So I think that's it for the sorcerer. I think he hid, he moved, he did the thing, he spent. It's serpents and demons. Do any serpents or demons appear? No, they don't. He is done. That's super lucky for the satyr. The satyr is hiding twice. Doesn't matter. Oh, he rolls one die. So anytime I screw up and roll 2 dice instead of 1, the red die counts. He doesn't fail. He succeeds and he is hidden. He has 3 searches listed. Let's see if he can draw the last couple treasures out of the lair. Nope. 1, 2. He does get the second treasure out of there. 7 league boots. Oh, another great freaking thing for him. And it's an extra move. Wow. That is awesome. So done. And then the third one, I believe, right? Is a 3, and he gets nothing out of it. And I don't think anything appears. I think serpents and demons, nothing, and he is done. The woods girl goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then she tries to hide. And remember, she hid in the woods, so she rolls a single die and she is hidden. And the house with the small campfire for the wood folk, nothing appears. She is done. And finally, the Inquisitor goes 1, 2, 3, and he is hiding 2 times. Might as well see what's in there now that we're here. And that everything else has been sort of closed off to him, and he gets Howl and Stink. So as we suspected, there is nothing really good here in the mouth. So that's it. That's it for day 5. Everybody is done with their move today, and I don't think there's a fight. The sorcerer could attack the dragons if he wanted to. That is not really advisable. He's unlikely to kill any of them, and he's likely to have to burn his purple melt into mist chit to get out of Dodge. So it's day 6. Well, we're writing day 6, I should say. So writing day 6. So we do need to get to the ruins, and we need to get to so we need to get to here. We need to get to here still. Obviously, we want here. So we have all of our points are sitting right here in this triad now. So I think what we're going to do is the sorcerer is going to move into the woods 4. He is going to rest a phase to get his last type 4 magic chit in play. He is going to use his extra phase to do the crappy spell X. He also gets an extra one. So that's going to allow him to flip that chit. He is going to do another one to enchant the tile. That's 1, 2, 3 only. And then he's going to move to 4 or 5 from 4. So he rests this guy. This is a freebie. This is a nothing. He flips this guy. He then burns one of them again back to flip the tile. And then he moves here, the small campfire. This will allow him subsequent turns to just roll right on up to get to the Lost City, and then roll right on up to get to the ghosts, and then roll down here. So I think his plan is actually pretty solid. Pretty solid. And I think for magic characters especially, that extra phase just kicks butt for them. So we're done. The Woods Girl, still, she is good there in the chapel. She is going to move to the caves. So move to cave. And then she is going to do her quest phase to plant her flag, and now she's done. And that's it. That's all she needs to do, really. I suppose she can use her extra daylight phase to hide. Is it an extra daylight phase specifically? Because if it is, she doesn't get them. Extra sunlight phase. So yeah, she can't do that. She's just going to move into the cave and go. Done. All right, cool. And I've sort of been letting them use that phase. So we will continue that. So we'll give her the extra phase. That's fine. We're playing it fast and loose tonight. I'm going to blame the rye. So, okay. What else do we got? We have the satyr. Now, the satyr has a plan also. And that plan is that he has to be here by the end of the turn. So he's going to hide once, move, and then move to 1. So he goes to 6, he goes to 1. That's going to get him 5 of 6 of his clearings. Hopefully he's hidden, and we will go from there. Now he has an extra move phase, strangely enough. So he can hide twice and use an extra move. So he actually has the 7 league boots are giving him even another bonus. So that's cool. That's a good deal. Finally, the Inquisitor. So he's seen the mountains. That's fine. Yeah, none of that's good. That's all turned very bad on him very quickly. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to move into the valley. That'll be his extra phase. He's going to rest twice. And that's okay. So that gets him all his crap back. Fine. So he rests twice. He moves into the valley. He rests 2 times. That's all his crap back. He doesn't really have much else to do, unfortunately. So he could move on, but I think we're going to have to go back and visit the chapel again to sort of start the rest of his quest. I think this first week is a little bit of a loss for him. I thought we were going to be able to bust it up through here, grab this guy and hit those. And I thought, man, that's cool. He's got 2 points sitting on. And I was hoping that this was a campfire and that we would get 2 points real quick with the Dead Adventure and the Ghosts. That didn't pan out. He got sort of gang tackled by snakes and dragons. And so that has left him sort of trying to sort out what to do. And so we're going to pull back our 2 chits to cast Veil Walker that night. And we're going to use that to get back to the chapel on... Well, we don't need to use it to get back to the chapel on day 7, strangely enough. So that is... As long as that's rested on day 7, there's black and white magic in every clearing. So what that means is that we could move on hoping to get a good wish. As long as we have we have 2 casts for the end of day 7. So we could go rest. That is 3 of our 5 possible moves. And then we could go to... go into the deep woods, hoping to get to... So you do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then your 5th move here, effectively. Although, again, you don't want to not be hidden. So it all sort of sucks. You're not really gaining that much. And especially if your goal is just to go this route here. So to go this way, I think we don't have anything else for him. Sort of sucks. That night we can cast Veil Walker. So the night of day 6, we can cast Veil Walker from here. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4-ish here. Still be hidden. On day 7, hope to cast Small Blessing twice to see what happens. Maybe that's sort of the plan. So I think maybe we're sort of done. We can hide, but it doesn't matter. Who cares? I hate birthday bourbon tomorrow. Oh man. Yeah, I'm probably gonna, not bring any booze because that seems excessive to then have to drive up. So, birthday bourbon. Did you get anything good, or did you get run-of-the-mill birthday bourbon, or standard birthday bourbon? Did you get the Evan Williams for your birthday? Is the question, or did you try to go all out? I do have something to try for you on the next week. My son brought me Spirit of York Rye from Canada. It's pretty good. I don't think you will like it as much as Knob Creek because it has that higher taste, you know what I mean, as it were, at higher flavor. It is definitely spicier than peppery. So, interesting. So, yeah, I think the Inquisitor stops here, and that sucks. I hate wasting days or whatever, but I think we're going to stop there. So, that's it. That's it for day 6 in terms of writing day 6. Let's get this thing on the road here. 3 ogres, wolves, goblins, octopus. We've not seen that yet. So there you go. The satyr is first, followed by the woods girl, followed by this Old Forester birthday bourbon, baby. There you go. Well, you didn't like that. You didn't really like that Old Forester, did you? Or you didn't like it as much? How's that? Okay, so the satyr is first. We got goblins coming. Ogres, wolves, goblins, octopi. So for him, he's going here and he's going to hide. And I think he hides first. Yes. And he hides twice first. So he gets a single die 2 times. He is hidden. He ends up here. That was his goal. And I don't think he's going to get anything else because these guys all appear in caves or woods. So he is safe today. The woods girl still making a move here. She's going to end up here and theoretically hidden. Just roll 2 dice, though. She is indeed hidden. And she plants her flag. Because nothing's here, planting the flag is a gimme. So she does get flag done. And that's going to score her 2nd card point and her 2nd overall point also. She also gets to shrink this card down. And at the end of every week, lo and behold, today, she's going to pick a bonus. And she gets to refill her quest hand with Woodswise. That's great, actually. Because I actually like Woodwise as a quest. It's just I got to find woods. So let's see what woods we have to find here. So she has to find end a phase in any 3 wood tiles, but not the deep woods. Score a VP and gain a squirrel companion. So the problem for her is simply Where do you get to the woods tile? So she can go to this one. That's an easy one. But the other ones are actually not easy for her to get to at this point in time. So I will have to, I think maybe you go through to here to get to here. After you make a quick stop here at the small campfire, I don't know. Nonetheless, she's planted her darn flag. And that's there. Done. Who's next? Oh, and we see if there's monsters appearing. Stink, so trolls, and roar, 6 trolls, and possibly dragons. Nothing appears, and she is done for the day. The sorcerer backs away slowly from the dragons. He rests his 1 chit. He then burns 2 spell phases to turn that chit. He burns a 2nd spell phase to enchant the tile. As he does, he then moves into 5. The patrol does not show up. They show up in any garrison, but no one's in a garrison right now. He's done. The Inquisitor dully moves there. Rests these 2 bad boys. And he is sort of done. And tonight he's going to cast Veil Walker again. We will fatigue that chit just to make sure we know that he's casting that. Nothing appears. No creatures, or we've got a lot of creatures on the board, but really nothing of consequence in terms of any fights. We've not had a fight at all this first week. Everybody's been very careful, and I think that the Inquisitor is not a combatant. The Woods Girl is a combatant for certain things, of course, but just hasn't been in those areas. The Sorcerer has to pick and choose his battles. He wants lots of little guys to nuke, pretty much. And largely, the Satyr, just really for a heavy combatant, is sort of a crappy heavy combatant because of his weapon and the allocation of his chits. So he's great at 1 guy or 1 tremendous guy, like the giants and so on. He's pretty good with but like 4 dragons, nowhere near capable of taking that on. Actually, most characters aren't. The Sorcerer has the best shot to randomly kill one of those guys or melt into mist and be fine, but I don't think that's not a good use of his chits, essentially. So, that is day 6, and we are almost at the 2-hour mark here. We are ready to hit day 7, which is about how long it takes me to get through a week on 4 characters here, if I'm talking the entire time. So, let's think about day 7 for our characters. The first thing to note is that there's going to be black and white magic in every clearing. The second thing to note is that we call them dangerous day 7s, which means we roll both dice, 2 dice, to determine what comes onto the board and or what leaves the board. That's mountain. No one's here for the pool. Yeah, I don't think we drew anything. I think, yeah, she's down here. He's in a valley. He's in this woods tile with the campfire, and he's here, and there's nothing there because patter is only for mountains, and that is only a 5. So, yeah. So, we got Dangerous Day 7. What's up, man? It is, what day is your birthday, by the way? When is birthday? I know you have birthday bourbon, but that's every day, sir. Everyone deserves bourbon every damn day. In the meantime, the sorcerer. Oh, sweet. The sorcerer, Sunday. Oh, nice. Our sorcerer is going to make his way. 1, 2. I mean, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm not going to say happy birthday now because I will see you. 1, 2, 3. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of badness that can happen in the Borderlands tile. The Borderlands tile is as dangerous as you're going to see. But 1, 2, 3. And all we have to do is search for that lost city. So we're going to move to the city. And then I hate to say it, we're going to extra search. And we're going to rely on our melt into mist to get us out the door if we need to. So if goblins appear or whatever, we can just burn a purple and be done. And then we'll figure out what to do. If not, we can try to get the lost city and pillage the lost city here. So that's the sorcerer's move. That's an easy move. And we're hoping to score, again, another point. Just quick and pop out a second point. The Woods Girl. Okay. I should say, so the Woods Girl did end a clearing in the chapel. So we should mark down that she ended a clearing in the chapel because now she has one of the two things she needs to do. And so she probably could make her way to the altar and or some woods. So I think that's all on her way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. She goes to the oak woods and show extra move 2, 3, 4, 5 to the campfire. Done. And that is going to be one of her woods in Woodswise. So she is done with her writing her move. Our guy here can walk the woods. So this is where we make the magic happen, I suppose. So we're going to hide 2 times. Extra move, hide and hide. Then we're going to walk the woods. Extra move to the dragons. Right? With the 7 league boots. Then we're going to move into the oak woods. So that is, he's only used 1, 2, 3 of his real phases here. So that's 1, 2, 3. Well, not true, because he's hiding, so he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what campfire is that? Small or large? That is a small campfire. The woodfolk can appear there. I say he ends up at the small campfire also, and then he moves to the camp. If he's super freaking lucky, the woods folk will show up there, and he can do a gift exchange without spending a persuade. If he's not lucky, then, well, which is unlikely, but we'll see. So the Inquisitor cast Veilwalker last night. So he is going to go wherever he is going to go. I'm going to say he goes. So his move would be 1, 2, 3, 4. With the only caveat being, do you want to end up in the Borderlands with this chaotic mess on day 7? And the answer is probably no. There's simply too much chance. The sorcerer, he doesn't care. The sorcerer is going to escape 100%. The Inquisitor's not going to escape 100%. He's going to get trapped by a lot of things up there, including the damn octopus if it shows up, including goblins if they show up. Now, mind you, the octopus is going to show up in 6, so he'll be fine. But goblins can show up there. So I think he needs to, again, slow play it a little bit. So if he goes 1, 2, 3. Ah, man. So if he goes 1, 2, 3, so that'll be, so first thing, right? Extra move, move, and move. And now he's in that valley. So the question then is, so he's here. Speculatively, he's here. If he enchants the tile, which would be prudent to enchant as many of these tiles as possible, these valleys, because that's your shtick. But he will be missing the opportunity to double cast Small Blessing, which is also valuable. So I think what we're going to do is we will rest. And then again, you're sort of wasting a phase. I don't love it. I don't love it at all, but that's sort of where we're at. I would love to get this done, but I would also love to be double casting Small Blessing that night, because you could get a really good blessing. You know, there's a lot that would be good. Even like a teleport would be great, because he could then teleport where he needs to, and so on, to get out of this. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to rest my chit. I'm not going to enchant the tile. That's wasting a phase, but that's fine. And then tonight we cast Small Blessing with the white magic that is popping up everywhere. So I think day 7 has been written for all the characters. Let's roll the 2 dice to see what's what. Keep in mind that stuff was going to come off the board also first. But double 4s really means that only the Lancers come off the board, nothing else. And, you know, the Inquisitor doesn't like the Lancers, so that's cool, but that doesn't... But if dragons would have come up off the board, or serpents, we'd have felt a lot better about next week for the Inquisitor. So, let's get our order of play. It's the Satyr first, and everyone else then later. So we get 2 hides. We do need to roll 2 dice for these hides, because we're not in the woods right now. We succeed on the first one. We walk the woods. And we end up here. That is our day. But we do score Explore Cliff. That is worth 2 VPs. And given we have 5 points right now, actually. And we also get the climbing tools, which is super, super good. I shrink this card down so that I can remember that I have this magical power here, which is that the first move into a mountain clearing costs a single phase, not 2 phases like normal. And I think that's it. And I don't think anybody appears. Oh, yeah, and the Lancers reappear at the small campfire. They moved. They just went, southwest, done. Lancers are there. I don't know how the Satyr feels about the Lancers. He doesn't really care. What he cares is it's not the wood folk, and so he does not get any specific bonuses. He gets Lucky Day, which is a reroll. And that's cool. That's fun. So that's it. He is done. And we move on to the Woods Girl. The Woods Girl is doing what today? She is getting the hell out of Dodge. She is moving. And again, we've given her the extra phase once she gets out of the caves. That's probably not correct, but we're going to live with that for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that gives her 1 Woodwise. So she gets the Oak Woods. That's one of her 3 that she needs to end a phase in. And I think she's done. And she's done the chapel, so she needs to find the altar. So she stopped off there. The next stop is actually up into the chapel. I'm sorry, into the altar. Trying to get to the altar. So done. Who else? Who is next? Our next character is the Inquisitor himself. He goes 1, 2, 3. So he veil walks and rests his chits. And he is done. And end of the day, he'll cast, but he's done for now. And finally, the Sorcerer is going to book it. 1, 2, 3. So he's the only one that actually made a move into a dangerous spot. Strangely enough, this pays off as we rolled 4s, and so nothing appears there. It's not going to, but he gets 2 searches. If he can roll a Discover on either of these searches, so a 1 or a 4, he's going to find the cache, and he rolls a 3, so that sucked. I always feel worse when I roll better than I needed to, and I still don't get it. So he fails on 2 of those, and he is done. But nothing appears, so that is quiet. So let's now look at each character in terms of what they need to do. The Sorcerer is not casting. He is good, and he is done. The Woods Girl is not casting. The Satyr, well, he is actually going to cast tonight. He's going to cast Persuade, and he's going to cast Persuade on the Lancers tonight. Because tomorrow he's going to trade with now the friendly Lancers. So we will make sure we remember that, I hope. And he will hopefully persuade the Lancers tomorrow and do his gift exchange just right there. Done. That's his cast tonight. Our guy here is going to do Small Blessing twice. And so, where are blessings? Wishes. There we go. So we got 2 dice. We're looking for a 6, strangely enough. A double 1 would be great. 4 mostly sucks. We get a 2. You or else where I specify 1 character, monster, or native in my clearing, and he teleports somewhere else. No one's there, so done. That's 1 spell he cast. This is the second one. Still hoping for a 6, by the way. We get a 2 again, so both of those are losers, effectively. And so we fatigue both of those chits. Wow. That roll sucked. I mean, 4, like, well, it is what it is. Two and 4 were the big crappy rolls. A 5 would have been great on the second roll because it would have allowed me to redo the chit again and cast again. So you can get into this weird perennial cycle of casting because you keep rolling 5s. He didn't get that. 6 is what we were looking for to get the tremendous attack. So what's a 1-shot tremendous? And with that, he could go in saying, kill this tremendous spider, or go kill one of these dragons. I mean, he'd have to run to the hills, but he becomes then a formidable fighter. You know, with his fight L2 chit becomes all of a sudden a big deal, or his fight L3 becomes a big deal. And actually, he can run from those dragons with his move L3. So he could literally have walked in hidden, stabbed a dragon, run out. But he can't, because he doesn't get that. He did not get that thing. He instead burned his white magic chits out, and he is done. So that is the first week. And so what we've ended up with is the sorcerer is moving to score his treasure cache, but has not yet done so, and then can move into the ruins and so on, and can fight the ghosts. So he is well on his way to getting probably a couple more points out the door. The Woods Girl has 2 points, completing 2 of her cards. Now, the rest of her cards are a little harder. She can get to the altar, but she has to find it. That'll do pilgrimage. Troll Slayer's a little rough for her, but she can get it done, but she needs to find some trolls. And then Woodwise is going to require her to pretty much walk through the ruins here, and then walk through down here, I think, and get both of those. Or she could probably go here, hide and ambush the ghosts, and then end up here and get her 3 woods done. So she will probably do that. The Satyr is trying to do what? Gift exchange. That's his first day. And then, of course, our poor Inquisitor is trying to get to the damn ghosts before everybody else kills them. Locate the horde would be great. It's right there. But you got to get there, and it's dangerous, and so on. So that's where we're at. That's week 1. That was an interesting week. Not a lot of fighting. In fact, no fights at all. But I do think everybody sort of did a pretty good job. I think the Inquisitor got screwed. And so, so be it. We'll probably leave it there. I hate to stream Magic Realm and then only do a week or whatever, because it sort of leaves it hanging. But it is midnight. It is 2 hours plus in. I think we're probably good to save it. So we'll overwrite that game. And I'm largely streaming Magic Realm as a vanity project. Like, I know very few people want to watch this game on stream. I'm streaming it anyway, to heck with all of you. So, we got some gaming tomorrow, so there's probably going to be a gap tomorrow, but then Sunday we'll probably try to get back into Sill's little story there. And that's it. So I will talk to you all later. Scott, good night. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And anybody else who happened to stop by and watch this little mess, thanks. I appreciate it. And I will see you all later in the weekend. So have a nice one.